大家好，我是 Olive Branch Allen. So if you're thinking about doing a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet, which basically means no meat, and vegan diet means no meat, dairy, or eggs, then you need to consider whether you're getting all the proper nutrients or not. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 specific nutrients that you may not be having sufficient amounts if you're doing one of these 2 diets. And specifically, how these 3 nutrients relate to exercise performance. So people who switch over to a vegetarian or vegan diet, who used to eat meat before, they usually do so deliberately, meaning they have an intention to either they're concerned about the climate change, or they're concerned about the welfare of animals, or they may even want to be healthier, so they think that these diets will make them healthier. The thing that you need to understand is that those people are quite skewed, meaning they have been selected to have an intention to be very deliberate in becoming healthier. So everything about their lifestyle will be geared towards being a healthier person. Not necessarily meaning that anything that they're doing in particular will make them healthier, but overall, as a comprehensive lifestyle change, they will be healthier in general. So it's going to be really hard as a researcher or a scientist to narrow down specifically what item is making them really healthy, or if it's all of them added together. Now, there are 3 specific nutrients that are not usually found in a vegetarian diet, so they need to be extra careful to seek them out and to incorporate it. And they are carnitine, carnosine, and creatine. They all sound very similar, but they actually have a little difference in the function and how the body uses them for exercise performance. So just a brief understanding of what these nutrients do while you're exercising. First one is carnosine, and it's basically in your intracellular cells. Basically, it's between your cells, and how they function is that they help to buffer the acid buildup. So when you're exercising, you have that really sore feeling in the muscles. That is the acid that's building up, hydrogen ions. And so the carnosine helps to buffer it or take it away so that you don't feel so much discomfort. Now, carnitine is part of the carnitine shuttle. And this is actually mentioned when we were talking about how cardio helps to burn fat. And that is basically, it's a shuttle. It carries the fatty acid chains into the mitochondria, the factory burning, so they can actually burn the fat for fuel. So the carnitine acts as the shuttle. If you don't have enough of this carnitine in your system, then you don't have enough shuttle. It can impede fat burning. The last one is creatine, and this is part of the phosphocreatine energy system. So when you're exercising, although we normally talk about the anaerobic metabolism as well as the aerobic metabolism, there's one step before anaerobic metabolism that actually is an energy system that we use, and that's the phosphocreatine system. And that uses creatine to help generate a lot of ATP for a very short burst, like about 12 seconds. So usually when you take off for a start, that's using that PCR system. And the more creatine that you have, the more you're able to sustain that power, and the more that you can continue to do so. And so these 3 nutrients, there was a study done to determine whether a person who went on a vegetarian diet, previously not, and to test these 3 levels, whether after 3 months and 6 months, whether they maintain those levels or not. So what did the study results show? Well, in fact, after 3 months of being on a vegetarian diet, carnosine and carnitine both were not affected. So they had still similar levels before they went on the diet. However, the creatine levels did drop, and it dropped to a point where it was statistically significant, meaning it is important how much it dropped. And so all these 3 nutrients, although they are normally found in meat, creatine actually is a very well-studied nutrient and actually can be supplemented. And as little as 1 gram per day, you can actually make up for that deficit. So in summary, guys, if you are still very keen and interested in trying a vegetarian diet, there is a lot of planning to make sure that you cover all your nutrients. And I will do a future video on some of these other nutrients that you might be lacking if you don't have a very well planned out vegetarian diet. But in terms of exercise, these are the 3 that you do want to focus on. Carnitine and carnosine has shown that they can be taken care of in a normal vegetarian diet. However, creatine is something that you may not be able to find in abundance in natural foods, so you do want to supplement it, which is safe and very effective in improving your exercise performance. So that's it, guys. I hope you found that useful. As always, please leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you next time.